Hey, what's up, guys? This is Coach Ben, and today is the first episode of the BuildMySportsBiz.com podcast. So I have a really important announcement to make. Over the past 3 years, I've been helping soccer coaches worldwide to start and scale their soccer businesses, and that's really, was my passion at the beginning when I started helping coaches. And I recently realized a lot of coaches who are on my newsletter, a lot of coaches who listen to this podcast are coaches in different sports. And recently I've been helping coaches in all sorts of sports with their business. Some of these guys and girls have come down to San Antonio to meet with me personally, and others have joined our mastermind group. And I'm super excited to help more coaches in more sports now, because really what we've created here with our soccer training program, with our academy, is something that all coaches can duplicate in their own sports, which is why we're transitioning this podcast to be a little bit more, sports specific, where we're going to be talking about not just soccer, we're going to be talking about every other sport. And really my ultimate goal with this podcast is to inspire you, no matter what sport you're in, to start your business. That is my whole goal. And on the back end of that, we have things set up to where if you need personal help, we have individual programs where I consult with coaches on a daily basis. And if you've listened to our podcast before, when I was doing Soccer Entrepreneur, you would notice, I always invite everybody at the end of every podcast to join me for a free phone call. And I'm still going to be doing that. So I want all the soccer listeners to understand, I'm still going to be uploading to Soccer Entrepreneur on YouTube. This platform here, though, we're going to be shifting. And I needed to do that just because our audience now is from multiple sports. And it makes sense for me at this point to bring other examples to the table outside of soccer. So I'm super excited about this, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. We have uploaded so much content over the past couple of years, and I'm very blessed, very lucky to, at this point now, be able to help tons of coaches. I mean, I'm looking at our podcast stats. We have thousands of people every month who are downloading these. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to help you with your business. And without further ado, let's dig into today's episode. All right, guys. So today's episode, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So I got an email from a basketball trainer. His name is Greg. And Greg lives in Minneapolis. I believe that's where the Super Bowl was just played. And Greg asked me, he said, "Hey Ben, I've been following your YouTube channel recently, and I want to start my business. I don't have any players right now who I'm currently training. What is the number one thing I should do right now?" Right? So when Greg sent me an email about that, I sent him an email back. I said, "Hey, I'm going to answer this on the podcast. So Greg, I hope you're listening to this. And if you are a coach in any sport, it does not matter if you are soccer, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, swimming, it doesn't matter. The number one thing you need to focus on at the very beginning is sales. You want to get clients into the door, and you should be spending all of your free time looking to do that, right? So that, to me, is the number one thing I would do. So how do you do that? All right, so let's dig into this a little bit. How are you going to get people to join your program? Well, number one, you need to identify who it is you want to serve, right? If you understand who it is you want to serve, who it is you want to train, from there it's very simple to understand who is the ideal client. And I really feel like this, more than ever, because I've been coaching a lot of coaches recently with their business. People who don't understand who they want to train are in trouble, because they're going to be taking on clients that are not the right fit. They're going to be taking on clients that are not committed, and they're going to be taking on clients that ultimately they don't want to train. And that defeats the whole purpose of starting a training business, right? So understand who you want to train. And one thing I do, I even do this with the coaches who I'm helping out. I have an ideal client. I have an ideal client for everything that I do, and that allows me to really hyper focus my marketing towards those who need my help and those who I want to help, right? And that is different than me just helping everybody. Like, there's no way you can take everybody on as a client. And I think it's very important to understand who it is you want to train. And it's okay, it's good to be picky with who you want to train. There's no problem with that, because ultimately this is your business and you should determine who it is you want to work with, right? That is how you can set up the ideal business. So, Greg, my piece of advice is, number one, we want to work on sales. How can we get people into the front door of your business? How can we get them to one of your training sessions, right? And here's a good way to do this, right? If I was you, I've said this on podcast maybe about a year ago, I would make it a daily practice this month. Over the next 30 days, I would talk to 3 basketball coaches in your scenario, because you're a basketball coach. I would talk to 3 coaches per day in your area, or 3 parents of kids who have, basketball experience, basketball players' parents, 3 of those per day. Over the next 30 days, you're going to talk to 90 people. And you're really going to build a lot of confidence, because now you're telling people about how you can help them. You're telling people about your program, and that will give you a sense of pride. Even before you've really officially started your business, that will give you a lot of confidence knowing that you can approach people. And really, if you can approach people about what you're doing on a daily basis, I can guarantee you there's not going to be a shortage of clients, right? What a lot of people want me to say when they ask, oh, how do I get clients? They want me to tell them that there's some trick or some secret. Like, that stuff doesn't work. I don't care who you listen to. I've yet to meet a successful sports business owner who doesn't do the hard thing first, which is, how can I get in front of the most amount of people who are within like the group of players that I want to train? And that's why when you understand who you want to train, you understand how to connect with those people. To me, it's a very simple system. So Greg, I hope that works out for you. I hope you take advantage of that. That advice is something I wish I would have known at the very beginning of my business. I never had that, and I spent a lot of months hoping and wishing that things were going to work out. And it took forever for me to build my business because I did not understand that philosophy, that concept, right? So guys, no matter what sport you're in right now, it doesn't matter to me. We've already been helping a lot of coaches, especially recently, who have been part of our mastermind. And some of these coaches have also, like I said, flown down to San Antonio. So I'm going to end this podcast. I'm going to end every podcast with this same exact offer. All right, it's never going to change. So here it is. If you are a coach in any sport and you want to start or build your sports business, and you want personal help, you want to learn from me, someone who's been there, done that. Now I've already coached other coaches with their business. I would love to help you out. And the way this is set up, it's so simple. I really hope you take advantage of this. All you have to do is go to my website. It's buildmysportsbiz.com. Very easy to remember. I chose that domain name. Like, I knew that was going to be the easiest thing for any coach to remember. So buildmysportsbiz.com. Go to the very top of that page. There is a big blue button. It says call Coach Ben. There's a little emoji phone there. You click on that button. It'll take you to an application page. From there, you literally just fill that out. It takes you maybe 2 minutes. This way I can get to know who you are, what you're struggling with before we get on the phone. But that phone call is 100% designed to help you with your business, right? That whole call is designed for you, all right? We're not going to talk about me and what I've accomplished. We're going to talk about you, all right? And my goal is to give you a lot of clarity with that phone call so we can move your business forward and we can try to build a plan around that. So that's it. Go ahead, take advantage of that free phone call. Just in case you know, like every single week, all those calls sell out, okay? this isn't some scarcity thing, but like if you try to go there and I'm already too busy, we're gonna have to wait another week. So the sooner you do that, all right, the quicker we can get on the phone together. And I can't wait to help you build your sports business. So that's it, guys. I appreciate your time. Thanks for sticking with me on this journey, and I cannot wait to help more and more coaches. All right, guys, I'll see you later.